You know, I wish I interviewed this lady, but she's gone now. Uh, God bless her. Um, this is actually a book that was recommended in some other book. Maybe it's about the War of Art or something like that. I don't know. Somewhere someone recommended a book, and I read it. I understand what she's trying to convey her message, and it's we live in a world of lying to ourselves. We we lie to people. We lie to ourselves. We It's about accepting your shadow side, accepting your ugliness, your fear, because everything that we we live in a world that try to make us who we don't want to be, and it pushes us, and it said you can't do this, you can't be that, you can't um, do those things, and but truly, it isn't who you truly are in this world, right? And it's about the shadow and the light, right? The shadow and the light. People try to suppress the shadow because it's ugly. It's people don't want to deal with it. People don't want to accept the other side of themselves because if they dig deep enough, they will see something that they don't like. That's what the book said. And some of the stuff that in the shadow of myself, because sometimes when you get into personal development, you push aside the shadow of who you truly are. Um, because it's about becoming one with the shadow, merging with the shadow. It's not always easy. You know, because we live in a world where people think perfection is the answer, but we all have flaws. We have imperfection. We're not. We we we're we're humans. We're not. And I would say that we if we accept that our side of ourselves, because if we don't accept our shadow side, sooner or later we'll grow up. I mean, we'll be the person who we don't want it to be. And in that thing, whether it well, it's because I never actually got into this type of thing where they have to talk about the shadow side. It's probably people who are into the more deeper stuff than I am, because I just read the whole about the brain and the mind or the personal development stuff. But we also have to deal with the side that we don't like, and we have to bring it to the surface because when you bring it to the surface, you can find um, the voice that's within you. I'm fine with saying it may hurt some people, but it's for my because that's how some people like school, but I hate school. So, but the thing is also if I say on screen it will get heated when it comes to when you it's because it's different, right? When I voice my opinion, because I do want to voice it out there, because there's a lot of adults who say um, that when you're a kid, when you don't, when you do, because when I was a kid, I was trying to find my way into this world. Like, what is this world that we live in? This I was confused. I didn't know. Like, why did we have to go to school? Who said that? Why? Was it somebody said so? And I was confused, and I didn't know what success was. I didn't know what was shadow and the light. I didn't. It's like, but also the thing is, I also been in the shadow too, because I was suppressing my light. It's go both ways. This book talk about the shadow side. I have a lot of shadow side. When I was in my dark night of the soul, I was feeling a lot of ugliness inside. Um, but it's a great book. Anybody who's in the spiritual or personal development, I think you should read. Oh well, It's a really great book for reading, for understanding, to accept fully who you are. And because if we don't accept it, it's a reflection. Because our relationship is a mirror within our eternal being, internal mind, and it's projected out to our relationship. Right. So let's talk about the darkness. I had a lot of darkness within me, and in the days of the dark night of soul, or my old self was dying, it's that I was angry at the world. I was angry. At first, I didn't tell you this. I was actually angry with my ex because how could you? Now I'm in a good place right now. It's just that I'm just telling you how I'm feeling back then. I did say that I was grateful for her to let me go, so I can become great, become who I always meant to be or who I always wanted to be. But I hated my life. So that's the shadow side. I didn't have the light side. Sure, I was smiling and having fun, but inside I felt emptiness. I felt that I was unworthy of me. Some people are that way too. They feel unworthy of themselves. They feel unworthy. And they felt that if they show the shadow, the ugliness to the world, no one would accept them. But there are some people who will accept you for who you are. That's them though. People who don't accept who you are and who try to change you, they don't like that side of you. But also they have something they have to change. But in my message it says, I didn't like the way how things were going. And the ugliness of was I hate everything when I was going through the dark night of the soul. I hate I hate how people treated me. But then again, what's any better than how I treated myself? We don't treat ourselves good enough. We treat ourselves bad. We beat ourselves because the world is already beating yourself up. I mean, beating you up anyway by words, by criticism. What's the point of doing that? So it's about merging the shadow and the light. You have to merge it together. I accept part of myself. It's not always easy. I make mistakes. Sometimes I think I have make good mistakes, but I do make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And sometimes we put human being at a pedestal. I mean, they're too high and we can't reach them. No, they're 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 just like you and I. They're human beings, and we if we can look inside ourselves and bring that ugliness or the thing that we didn't accept but we rejected a long time ago, we should merge it together. I accept it that I'm not perfect. I accept that I do get angry. I accepted that. I when I get sleepy, when I don't get enough sleep, I get cranky. I accepted that. I accepted that I have hatred with school. It's okay to have hatred. If I'm doing something positive, then that's good. It's because I didn't because the reason I hate it for the fact that you know it didn't help kids become the better themselves. It didn't change the results that they needed to change. Now we have kids, or my generation, they just running around thinking that the world is like that. They're entitled just because they say it. They're entitled for that thing. But that's not how they think that how the world works. But they've been misled by the system. And I know that people don't like the, you know the message that I give sometimes because It's not how I feel, it's how I see it. It's how the indoctrination we have, like Bob Lewis said, we have to give passion to those people. And sometimes because I listened, I was like, oh wow, he brought a light within me, because I I didn't like it when people criticized me because for the thing that I believe in. Like, I don't believe in going to school. Why do you keep pushing me to go to school? What is the reason? Why? But that's because they believe in that. So I have to suppress. That's my shadow side. I suppress. I'm not saying I have suppressed. But the thing is, when people suppress, people lie. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be authentic. But people are people, right? And when you say something that they don't like hearing, just like the guy in there, I expected him to be the mature adult, to be able to satisfy me as a customer, but he didn't. I say something that I believe in, but he criticized me for it. I was happy at that moment until he crushed it. You know, I told him I read books, I was doing this entrepreneur thing, I was doing blogging, and he said, no, 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 don't do that. And I was telling him that I skipped school, I get into fights when I was a kid in school, and he said, you're a bad kid. No, I was not a bad kid. I just do things because of peer pressure and because it excites me sometimes when I hear people cheer my name. That's peer pressure. They don't understand me. And sometimes maybe at home it's pressure, peer pressure, because you're the older brother. People, you have to lead them by example, and people watch what you do. They don't hear what you say; they watch what you do. And I get pressure because my mom said you have to look after your siblings, but now I got tired of that. I accepted my part of myself that people don't want to see my other self, my shadow side, but I accepted that fully because I'm here to live life not based on what people think of what I need to do or how I should act, but I live based on how I think what serve other people needs, not based upon people are always projecting their shadow side, their unconscious to the other person, just like the hair cutter guy. He's the owner. He's a small business owner, and I think what he did was wrong. I didn't tell him that, but I was angry, and I accepted that. As I told you, I was angry. It's okay to feel angry. Sometimes when people who are in the law of attraction, they said you can't feel angry. You should, like Bob Doyle said, I listened to his interview. You should accept all the emotion that's in there. You should feel angry, but don't let it consume you. Use it. It did consume me for a while, but I never went back because he didn't treat me the way how I treated him. You see, this is why I get tripped up on. If an Asian adult who a kid or a young adult treat him with respect, I expect him to do the same. But no, he didn't do that. He bashed on me. He say I'm bad. He say all this. I never came again. I wish the lady who did the hair cuttery and she was Asian, she was Vietnamese. I wish she'd come back. She may say stuff, but she was the nicest. She know how to please the customer. So now I went to another a hair cuttery salon because they know how to treat their customers. They know how to treat people. It's okay if you don't like it. It's just So anyway, that's my whole point of this. We have to accept our shadow side, not reject it. That's what the book said. Anyway, it's a great book. I know I was going on a rant right there, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you on another video that I'll be doing today. I got to do it for you, and I got to do it for me. I'll see you. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Subscribe to my channel because I will do book reviews, interviews. Well, I'll try and get the interviews. Motivational videos, quotes, and stuff like that. Bye-bye.